you know what? Yeah, I'm trying to be positive, man. I cannot stand this fucking manager. I cannot stand this manager. This manager is an absolute disgrace. He's an absolute disgrace. Big up to Jude Fenwick. Says, love Casemiro, and I think he's been one of our best players so far this season, but I'm surprised he's played longer than 60 minutes. Yeah, listen, 100%. Casemiro has been one of our best players. He has. And again, his performances will go under the radar because this fan base, who are an absolute disgrace also, we'll just focus on, as we know, Bruno Fernandes. Let me tell you this now with this manager, yeah? If people haven't opened their eyes to how shit this manager is, yet again, you are seeing it tonight. Yet again. I'm getting bored of saying the same old things about this manager. His in-game substitutions, his team selection, which, by the way, today, I wasn't too fussed with his team selection. You know, Mbeumo, Cunha, Xerxes, Ahmad playing. You know, I wasn't too fussed. I'm too upset with the team selection. You know, I wanted to see Dorgu start, Kobe Mainu, but again, we knew that was never going to happen. But let me tell you this now, yeah. People just need to open their eyes up. Yeah, big up to all the to United fan and to Christopher McGrath coming through as well. People need to really open their eyes as to how shit this manager is. This manager is an absolute disgrace, and time after time, he's gonna keep disappointing. You know, I keep on saying this, yeah. I keep on saying this. This manager is in survival mode. He's in survival mode, and he's playing survival mode players. He gave up that game, yeah, when he decided to think he was more clever than West Ham by taking off Xerxes and Cunha. Now, Man United were 1-0 up, yeah, and you take off two players that, you know, if you do want to go long, these are two of the players that can hold the ball up. So you take off Cunha, you take off Xerxes to bring on Mason Mount and Manuel Ugarte, and you wonder fucking why West Ham come back into this game. Manuel Ugarte is shit. Kobe Mainu didn't get any minutes for this. Not 1 minute. But Manuel Ugarte comes onto the pitch, even though we know he's shit. But why does this manager keep playing Ugarte? Because Ugarte's got legs. This manager is an absolute disgrace. An absolute disgrace. I'm just fed up at this point now. I'm just bored of it. You know, I've been saying this time after time after time. I'm just like a broken record. I'm saying the same things about this manager. If people are not switched on to how shit this manager is, again, he has shown why he's that shit. How the fuck he can take off Xerxes and Cunha to bring on Ugarte and Mount, who were poor when they came on? Why are we surprised that that West Ham got an equaliser? I'm not surprised. I knew Man United weren't winning this game. Even when Man United went 1-0 up, I knew United weren't winning this game. This manager is an absolute joke, man. He's the worst manager, one of the worst managers I've seen at this club. I think he might be the worst. He's one of the worst managers in this league. He's one of the worst managers in this league. He gave that second half up by taking off Xerxes and Cunha because there was no outlet. And then you go and play Brian Mbeumo through the middle, yeah? And Brian Mbeumo was poor. He was poor all night. Again, there wasn't great performances all round. The best performer tonight was Casemiro, yet again. And this is a guy that gets often overlooked because this fan base decides to invest their stocks into Bruno Fernandes. Even though people like myself have been telling you that this Bruno Fernandes is the biggest problem at this club. I would argue with anyone. He's the biggest problem at this club because he's been given the keys to Old Trafford to go and do what the fuck he wants. Yeah? Why not take Bruno Fernandes off? Why take off Cunha and Xerxes? Why? To play Mbeumo through the middle. Why? Why is this manager continually doing this? You know, this manager's an absolute disgrace. An absolute disgrace. You know, Kobe Mainu doesn't even get 1 minute, but yet this manager wants to bring on Ugarte because he's got legs. When you're winning the game, you need to be getting players on that can keep the ball. Not players that want to give the ball back to the opposition when they get it. This manager, yeah, just needs to fuck off now. He needs to go. He needs to go. Ineos, you need to make a decision because At this moment in time, you are choosing this manager who is fucking shit over the likes of Kobe Minu. Kobe Mino didn't get a minute for this crap. Man United are absolutely shit, by the way. You know, this Premier League is an absolute joke. An absolute joke, this Premier League. Man United had a chance here to go in joint fourth, yeah, with Chelsea, having played like that. I mean, that was one of the worst games in terms of quality that I've seen. One of the worst games I've seen. Beg Luis Enrique to come. Bro, Luis Enrique ain't coming to this joke. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. Big up to Fitz as well, man. This manager's an absolute disgrace, man. I cannot believe, yeah? I cannot believe this manager's getting this time. He's getting this time. And all you're going to hear is people start saying, oh, the players should have done more or all this other bollocks, man. I'm just not here for it. I'm not here for it, man. I'm not here for it. Bro, this is the worst manager I've seen in my lifetime in any top 5 league. Bro, I go along with you, man. Big up to Ramo. He's the worst manager in the league. I'd argue, who's bottom of the league? Wolves. Rob Edwards. I think Rob Edwards is probably better than him. This manager is an absolute disgrace. I knew West Ham were coming back. I said in my match reaction, yeah, Man United not beating West Ham because Man United is shit. Under this manager, we're shit. And even the fact that Dalot got the goal, great touch. But Dalot, why is Dalot playing left wing back ahead of Dorgu anyway? Why are we even playing this system? Mate, I'm just fucking fed up, man. Honestly, I'm so fed up of this club. Like, it's boring now. It's fucking boring. We gotta keep watching this shit football. Tonight's game was pathetic, man. Tonight's game was pathetic. One of the worst games I've seen this season. One of the worst games I've seen this season. Yeah, I feel for Kobe, man. Like, I don't even know what to say, man. I honestly don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, man. Like, Kobe Minu, yeah. Like, it wasn't too long ago, Kobe Minu had the world at his feet, man. You know, playing for England, you know, breaking into the Man United team, looking like a mainstay for years to come. He can't even get on the pitch in that shit performance. He can't even get in the England squad. For what? For Ruben Amorim. For Ruben Amorim. Like, this is what, yeah, this has become now. Kobe Minu can't even get onto the pitch because he's got an inept manager in Ruben Amorim. His substitutions, yeah, have to be arguably the worst I've ever seen. How can you take off Xerxes and Cunha at the same time to bring on Mason Mount and Ugarte? They should question him, yeah, in the press conference, in the post-match press conference after this game. What was he thinking bringing on Ugarte and Mason Mount? I'll tell you what he was thinking. And again, this manager does not learn. He's fucking stubborn, yeah, and he does not learn. Why are you going to take off 2 attackers in Cunha and Xerxes who are outlets to bring on 2 runners? Why would you do that? To shut up shop? Like, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. How can you bring on those 2? Like, you didn't take... the fact of the matter is as well, yeah, he brought them on at the same time. What do you expect? What do you expect? You need to be bringing on Kobe Minu to keep the fucking ball. You don't bring on Mason Mount and Ugarte, who can't progress the ball. This manager's a clown, I'm telling you. He's an absolute clown, this manager. Absolute clown. Absolute clown. Nah, bro, listen. Kobe, yeah. Kobe, in a way, for the betterment of his career, if Ineos don't make the decision and sack this manager, he needs to leave. But if we're just being honest, sack this fucking manager and just get Kobe back in this team. Kobe Minu is on the bench, yeah, for this nonsense. For this nonsense. Bruno Fernandes, yeah. Let's talk about Bruno Fernandes, yeah. Because you've got all these people doing PR for Bruno Fernandes. I've never seen, yeah, I've never seen a player so hyped and deliver so little in Bruno Fernandes. The guy thinks he is Manchester United. This club as well, yeah, is no longer Manchester United. You might as well just call it Bruno Chester United. You might as well. Because he has the license to do whatever he wants. To do whatever he wants. The amount of times, yeah, and I said this from the get-go, yeah. The amount of times this guy points, telling people where to run. If I was his teammate, yeah, me and him are fighting. I'm telling him to fuck off. I'm telling you. There's no way I would have a player like that, yeah, that would try and tell me where to run. Never gonna happen. Me and him will be fighting on the pitch, I promise you. If any of them Man United players have anything about themselves, yeah, they're telling Bruno Fernandes to fuck off. I'm telling you. How can you have a player like that, yeah, that just tries to, every time you play in the game, he's pointing where you should run. And if you don't make the run or if he gives the ball away, he ends up trying to blame other people. I mean, as a player, and if you've got anything about yourself, yeah, why would you have that of Bruno Fernandes? Why? This whole thing don't make no sense. He was absolutely shocking tonight. He got bullied by a guy called Potts, Freddie Potts. He got bullied by Potts, who's making his debut season. He was bullied by Potts. There's no point even going on to Magassa, because Magassa was arguably, along with Casemiro, the best midfielder on the pitch. But he got bullied by a man called Potts. This is what we're doing now. Bruno Fernandes getting bullied by Potts. And yet people want to try and say, you know, he's broken Paul Scholes' assist record. I mean, this club is an absolute disgrace, man. I'm telling you. It's an absolute joke, this club. An absolute joke. Absolute joke. Bruno Fernandes at the hub of Manchester United in the midfield, wearing the captain's armband, moaning like a fucking bitch. I'm telling you. The guy just cries all the time. He moans. Like, look at what this club's become. Look at what this club's become. This manager as well starts aiding Heaven. Heaven gets booked, yeah? So he takes Heaven off. He didn't want to play Heaven in the first place. He's playing Heaven because he wants to appeal to the fan base and try and say, see, I do play the youth. He didn't want to play Heaven in the first place. If Heaven's been booked, yeah, at least give Heaven the experience to try and get through the game without getting another booking. He never wanted to play Heaven. Like, this manager thinks we're stupid. He's a fucking disgrace, this manager. An absolute disgrace. You know what? Well done to West Ham. Well done, West Ham. Look, Nuno's clapping them now. Well done, West Ham, because West Ham deserves something from that game. Manchester United were fucking shit. They were poor. They were poor. I'm telling you. Like, and this is what I'm trying to say to you, yeah? When people start trying to say Amorim needs his own players, he needs time, yeah? People like that are part of the problem. This ain't going to get any better. I've said this for ages now. This ain't getting any better. Every target that I set this manager to do, yeah, he has failed at every hurdle. The most recent one was a minimum 4 points. Some of you were saying 6 points. I said 4 points as a minimum, yeah, that he needs to get out of Everton and Crystal Palace. He got 3 points. You know, he lost to 10-man Everton, playing 5 at the back. Crystal Palace should have been out of sight. They should have been 4 up in the first half. They fumbled it. United won 2-1. This game, the lineup, again, I was quite happy with the attack from the lineup that he showed. But yet again, he just makes decision after decision, and it's a fucking embarrassment. A fucking embarrassment. Big up to Mike Willie. Big up to Nathan as well. Hi, guys. As a United fan, I have seen enough now. Nathan, I'll be honest, man. If you're only just starting to see enough now, man, where have you been? Where have you been? This is the same manager that got us finishing 15th last season and lost the Europa League final to Tottenham Hotspur. Why are we now saying we've seen enough? This manager's always been shit. Like, I don't know why people now are surprised at this. It's boiling my blood because I just don't understand how people can't see how shit this manager is. He's arguably the worst manager in the league. I'm telling you. He's the worst manager in the league. I'm telling you. Like, I don't think... go give me a manager that is better than. Rob Edwards is bottom with Wolves. I think he's better than Ruben Amorim. This Amorim guy's shit. I don't think people are deep in how poor this manager is. I'd argue it with anyone. Yeah, you're damn right that he's getting booed. You're damn right he's getting booed. Like, these fans are booing him all of a sudden now. It's a fucking disgrace, man. How can you take... The thing is, what annoys me, yeah, is that this manager doesn't learn. This is the worst thing. He doesn't learn. Why would you bring on Ugarte? They need to ask him this, yeah? Why would you bring on Ugarte and Mount for Xerxes and Cunha? And don't tell me that they're fucking tired because it's one game a week. Why would you take them two off and invite the pressure onto the team? It don't make any sense. You're inviting pressure by bringing on two runners. What, you think the runners are going to try and contain the game? You got to bring on players that can keep the ball, or keep players on the pitch that can keep the ball. Keep the ball ticking over. You know? Sustain the pressure. You want to bring on Ugarte, what for? We know Ugarte's shit. He's crap. Why are you bringing on Ugarte for? Mason Mount, why? And guys, I told you, yeah? I told you. You see Matthias Cunha. Under this manager, yeah? Matthias Cunha's not succeeding. I said this when they first bought him in pre-season. He is going to get frustrated in this season, and he's not going to succeed. I'm telling you now, he's not succeeding under this manager. He's not. I watched Cunha in that second half, yeah? And the Maverick that was at Wolves, I'm seeing this guy delivering crosses. Pumping the ball into the box. Delivering crosses. This is what, yeah, it's resorted to now. This is what's happened. You've got Matthias Cunha, who's a Maverick, yeah? And he's just tossing balls into the box. Losing possession. His confidence is gone, you can tell. His confidence is gone. Who do we blame that on? Because Cunha didn't get bad overnight. He didn't get bad overnight. Gav, please go in at halftime and do our team talks. I tell you now, man, I'll do 100% better job than this fucking manager. For a start, yeah, I'm not playing this fucking shit formation. That's for a start. I'd argue with anyone, yeah, that tells me that this formation needs to be kept. Like, this is nonsense. Amad Diallo, our best attacker. Why are we surprised? He's one of our best players playing at wing-back. This manager's a clown. People need to realise, yeah, how bad this manager is. He's an absolute clown, this manager. Absolute clown. You keep doing the same thing, you get the same results. And this is what's happening. Am I surprised Man United drew with West Ham? No. And West Ham are not even that good. But we're even fucking worse. That's the problem. The only reason, yeah, why we look better than West Ham on paper is because we've got decent players. But how this team's set up in comparison to West Ham played much better football. You got fucking Aaron Wan-Bissaka, yeah, looking like one of the best players on the pitch. This man was nuts in Cunha. It should be the other way around. He was nuts in Cunha. Like, this is ridiculous, man. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, yeah, who we all know is not a ball player. He's not a ball playing right back or right wing back. This man was nuts in Cunha. You can't tell me that there's something wrong with this team. Why is Cunha getting nuts? Why is he even back there in the first place? Mate, this whole thing is an absolute disgrace, I'm telling you. Most crap manager, get him out. I didn't even bother watching the match. I saw 1-1. I knew he doesn't know shit. Bro, let me tell you now, yeah, that was one of the worst matches I've seen this season. One of the worst. And you know what? This Premier League is absolute dog shit, this Premier League. This Premier League, one of the worst I've seen as well. You know? So many people want to start saying the Premier League's the best in the world. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's the most competitive. But in terms of quality football, it's arguably the worst. This was a shit game with shit players on the with players on the pitch, yeah, that are just a lot of them are overrated. I'm telling you. You know, it's a shit league, man. I'd argue that with anyone. Poor advertisement for Premier League football, because that was crap today, man. It was embarrassing. You know, Man United didn't even deserve to win. When Man United scored, yeah, I was just sitting there saying, yes, I wasn't even happy. The football was shit. And even the goal that Dalot scored was a deflected shot from Casemiro. And to be fair, good touch from Dalot, good finish. But why would I get excited over that when the game was shocking? It was a shocking game. And Man United got their just desserts. Or should I say Ruben Amorim did. You don't take off Xerxes and Cunha in a game like that when you're only 1-0 up and bring on those two, Ugarte and Mount. You are inviting pressure. He's meant to be a top level coach. Let's just say he's not a coach. This is a manager. If you can even call him that. He's that bad. He's that bad. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Bro, if no one's clocking the fact that he took off Xerxes and Cunha and we lost the game, then I don't know what to say. Cunha wasn't playing great, yeah. But if you're 1-0 up, yeah, luckily as well, and you bring on Ugarte and Mason Mount, you're bringing on guys to go and do cardio. They're just there to run around. How about you just bring on a ball player and keep the fucking ball? How about that? You know what I mean? This manager's a fucking idiot. He's a dickhead, this manager. And he's gonna come out in the press conference and just talk bollocks yet again. That's all he's gonna do, man. He's gonna talk shit yet again. Yeah, Mike, listen, I've been saying that 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1 is the formation we should have been playing all along. It gets the best players in their best position. If you play the 4-2-3-1, you are getting everyone in their favoured position. But this manager thinks he's smarter than everyone else and wants to start doing all this nonsense about, you know, overlapping fullbacks and all this other bollocks, man. Like, this is, and wingbacks nonsense. Like, I'm tired of it, man. It's ridiculous. I'm absolutely tired of it. Fed up, man. Bro, but why are we surprised Mbeumo's looking shit? He's been asked to play as a right 10. I mean, what manager plays him in the right 10? And then plays him through the middle to take off Cunha and Xerxes? This manager is a dickhead, man. I can't even express how pissed off I am. Because every week, yeah, I'm just glad that I don't go and watch the games because, like, wasting my money to watch that shit, I feel sorry. Well, then again, I don't feel sorry because the fans that go and pay their money to go and watch the games, like, that's your problem. I can't go and watch that nonsense, man. I just can't believe what I'm seeing there. I cannot believe what I'm seeing there. Like, you can see Mbeumo's out of sorts. Mbeumo's a guy that needs to be playing facing the game. He's playing with his back to goal most of the times. He's playing as a right 10. Then he plays him as a 9. Like, this manager is just taking the piss now, man. Yeah, he's running around. This manager just likes players that run around. That's the problem. I said this from when he first signed. When I see who he was playing, I said, right, he doesn't rate ball players. Ahmad only plays because he's got an engine. That's the only reason. If Ahmad didn't have an engine, Ahmad wouldn't play. Xerxes playing because Sesko's injured. This is what this manager's doing. That's why Kobe's not playing. Like, this manager is just taking the piss now. You know? And you're getting fans that clap him and start making excuses. It's just bullshit, man, honestly. Oh, fuck the Wolves game, man. I don't care. Like, I'll be honest with you, yeah? Man United are playing Wolves away. Don't be surprised, yeah, if Wolves beat Man United. Because just look at... Wolves have still got 2 points, yeah? But just look at Wolves' recent games, yeah? They've been losing it by a narrow margin. It'll be just like Man United to go to Wolves and get smoked. So, again, man, I'm not even... I'm just not even going to talk about that game. I just can't be bothered, man. I just can't be bothered, man. We got beat by 10-man Everton. That should have sent alarm bells ringing. How can you get beat at home by 10-man Everton, yeah? And the manager still thinks it's a good idea to play five at the back. That's Ruben Amorim for you. You know what I mean? Nah, listen, the Bruno Fernandes chance at the end, that wasn't an easy chance. Like, it wasn't. At the end of the day, it's on his weaker foot. And a player like Bruno should never be attempting that anyway. You know what I mean? So, as much as I don't rate Bruno Fernandes, I'm not going to sit on here and just lie and say that was an easy chance. It wasn't. That's a difficult chance, even for a top player. And on his weaker foot. But this Bruno Fernandes nonsense anyway, like, I'm bored of it, man. I've been bored of it ever since he was given the captain's armband. The fact that this guy runs the team is part of the problem. You've got an inept manager in Ruben Amorim, the captain Bruno Fernandes, And these two guys, from a perspective of on the pitch, they are running Manchester United. How has Manchester United ever allowed this? I just don't know, man. I don't know. Guys, come on, make sure we're smashing the like button. Make sure we're subbing to the channel as well. We got 12 of you watching and only 7 likes. Smash the like button, sub to the channel, and share the channel as well, man. Fucking ridiculous, man. This result and performance. We are going to lose against Wolves. You can take off our best attackers and not even bringing in a game-changing subs like Lacey or Manu, who can hold the ball and create something. But again, Mike, this manager is in survival mode. When you're in survival mode, yeah, the way that he thinks, he's not even going to try Kobe Manu or Shea Lacey. Like, he played Aiden Heaven because De Ligt, I don't know, I think De Ligt's injured. And because Euro come off for Mazraoui in the last game, Euro was never going to start, really. So basically what he did, yeah, he just played Aiden Heaven as a way of saying, look, he is trying to give youth a chance. Big up to DXR, man. Big up, my guy. That he is trying to give youth a chance. He doesn't want to play Aiden Heaven because when Aiden Heaven got that booking, you know, Aiden Heaven was never last in the full game. He wasn't. He wasn't. You know, and then obviously Lenny Yoro comes on. You know, the way he's treated Lenny Yoro lately. You know, Lissandro comes on for Luke Shaw. I mean, this guy's fascination with changing defenders, yeah, needs to be studied. Like, it doesn't make any sense, man. His fascination with changing defenders, I've never seen nothing like it. It's like he's trying to reinvent something new by doing this. This guy's an idiot, man. Seriously. He's an absolute idiot, this manager. Like, so yeah, man, as I said, the fact that Kobe just doesn't get any minutes, yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I'm just fed up of it, man. Amorim got to go, in my opinion. Ugarte getting picked over Manu. Again, but why are we surprised? This manager doesn't like ball players. He likes runners. Mason Mount, Ugarte, Bruno. Yeah, listen. I'm just bored of saying the same thing, man. I'm just bored of it, man. It's just, yeah, it's ridiculous, man. I'm just so fed up, man. I watch Man United every week and it's the same old shit, man. Same old shit. And Ineos are part of the problem now, man. You know, I backed Ineos with the signings and stuff like that. Ineos are just like, I mean, what they doing, man? Why the fuck are they keeping this manager, man? I will never know. Why the fuck are they doing this? Like, this is just, yeah, it's just ridiculous now, man. Ridiculous. Guys, give me 1 minute. Yeah, man, it's just fucking ridiculous, man, honestly. Ridiculous, man. Okay, bro, I don't know why he does not do what Slot does at Liverpool. He benched Salah and won 2 games. Why don't he do this to Bruno as well? Because he's a pussy, man. That's why. He's a pussy, Ruben Amorim. And you have to realise, Bruno is his compatriot. Yeah? The manager's in survival mode. As I keep saying, he's in survival mode, so he's going to play his most experienced players. That's just what he's doing. But I keep saying to you, there is no longevity to this nonsense. There ain't. There isn't. If you're playing survival football, yeah, like, what's the vision? What's the vision? There ain't really no youngster, I'm talking under the age of 21, that plays for United, that starts. It doesn't. The youngest player that starts regularly is Amad Diallo. I would have said Lenny Yoro, but lately Yoro's been dropped or been taken off. Ahmad's the only one that's the youngest one that starts for United. And even that, yeah, Ahmad only starts because he runs. Putting his quality to the side, Ahmad starts because he's a runner. You know? It's ridiculous, man. Look at that. Casemiro, yeah? This was a guy that wasn't even getting played by Amorim at the start. Casemiro is crucial. And I feel sorry for Casemiro because he's playing next to a guy that is just so ill-disciplined and just thinks about himself and his stats to the detriment of the team. If people can't see, yeah, how much of a detriment Bruno Fernandes is to this team, then I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to say. Because I'd argue with anyone. You go and put a normal midfielder in there that wants to that wants to play as part of the team or that wants to hold that position rather than worry about stats, you'll see this team would improve. The biggest problem is his formation, his player profiling in where he plays certain players, and his love for certain players. As long as this keeps happening, Man United ain't doing nothing serious. They're not. It's boring, man. Anyone know the structure of Man United? Boy, you'll be better. You'll probably know better than me, man. To be honest with you. Yeah, man. I'm just bored of it, man. Honestly. Even Ten Hag used the academy. Kobe, Cambuala, Garnacho, Forson. Yeah. Bro, the very fact here that, and I can't even believe I'm actually saying this, yeah. The very fact that I prefer Ten Hag to still be in charge, that is saying a lot. Because I tell you this now, yeah, I could not stand Ten Hag. Like, when I'm saying I could not stand Ten Hag, yeah, it was like, it was hurting me to watch Manchester United week in, week out, seeing what this manager, Ten Hag, the players he was picking, the team he was, the results the team were getting. I have to say, Eric Ten Hag's better than Ruben Amorim. He's better than Ruben Amorim. And that is saying something. I never thought I'd be saying that. Eric Ten Hag is better than Ruben Amorim. And look at what happened to Ten Hag at Bayer Leverkusen. They sacked him straight away because they could see that he was a fraud. And look at this now. We're now stuck with a manager, yeah, that is breaking all kinds of negative records. And he's still here. And then all you hear is people say, let's get him some more players. To fucking do what, man? To do what? More players for what? The very fact, yeah, and again, I don't even want to talk about this, yeah. The very fact that we've been linked with Conor Gallagher, this should be a warning to all Man United fans. There's even some Man United fans out there, yeah, that are even coming round to the idea of Conor Gallagher. Like, I can't actually believe I'm actually hearing this. I'll tell you this now, yeah. If Manchester United sign Conor Gallagher and Kobe Manu goes out the door, I think that might be it. That might be it. Like, that just might be the tip of the iceberg for me. Because there's no way that can happen. There is no way that could happen. Manuel Ugarte, Conor Gallagher, Bruno Fernandes in the midfield alongside Casemiro. Yeah, that'll just be too much, man. But again, I wanna say the club are better than that because I just can't, like, this whole Conor Gallagher's nonsense, yeah, is being driven by Amorim. But Man United, if Man United are serious about anything, yeah, they cannot go and sanction a move like that. You know? It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. So what, guys, where does that leave Man United now then? Because we could have gone joint fourth. We were ninth. So what's happened now? What, have we moved up one place or... It's ridiculous, man. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know, man. Do you know what? I don't even want to listen to the press conferences, but part of me wants to see what this guy says. Because I just want to see the bullshit he comes out with. The excuses. And you know what? Yeah, there's gonna be people out there saying it's a good point. This is the lowering of the standards. Let me see what this guy's got to say. Let me see.
His was not constant. We had good moments in the
They should ask him, what was your thinking behind taking off Cunha and Xerxes to bring on Mount and Ugarte? You're blaming set pieces. You invited the set pieces, you idiot. If you're taking off outlets or players that can keep the ball, you're going to invite pressure. Don't you understand that? Yeah, he's saying about losing second balls. Guys, he needs to understand, yeah? If you taking off, in a game like that, yeah? If you take off your ball players and you bring on runners, what do you expect? The other team are going to pressure you because you've got players in there that are not as comfortable on the ball as the players you've taken off. If you're winning the game, a player like Xerxes can win a foul. Cunha, he can ball carry. He can win a foul. Mason Mount is a runner. He ain't going to do what Cunha does. And Ugarte, there's no point even mentioning Ugarte. So if he can't understand the fact that he's taking off those two to bring on those two, and that invites pressure, which leads to a corner, then this is why Man United are always going to struggle with this manager. Yeah, listen, Chris, man, it can't be to keep them fresh. There you go, one game a week. So I don't even want to hear that the players are tired. I don't even want to hear that. Like this whole players are tired. That can't run with Man United. You know, no one should be accepting that. I'm sorry, man. You shouldn't be accepting that. This manager's a massive problem. Look at that, yeah. Look at that. So United's last 5 Premier League games, yeah. And you remember when people were saying, you know, he's gone 3 games, he's got 3 wins in a row, blah blah blah, all this nonsense, yeah. His last 5 Premier League games, Nottingham Forest drew 2-2, should have lost that game. Ahmad won the strike. Spurs were never in the game. Yeah, United go 1-0 up, and then it takes a delict last minute equaliser. Lost to 10 men Everton. Crystal Palace should have been 4 up in the first half. Didn't take their chances. They won 2-1. And the West Ham game now. So his last 5 games against Forest, Spurs, Everton, Palace, and West Ham, United have got 6 points. So 6 points. United have got 6 points in their last 5 league games. And we're meant to be keeping this fucking manager for that. 6 points in the last 5 games. 6 points in the last 5 games. And the Palace one, really and truly, should have been a loss. What are we doing there? Seriously, what are we doing, man? 6 points in his last 5 games. And United have conceded 7 goals. So, so United have scored 7, conceded 7 in their last 5 games and got 6 points. But yet we're meant to be believing in Ruben Amorim. Ah, man. Ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. Ah, man. What's your opinion on CR7 at the age of 40? He's still scoring a bicycle. Yeah, but football's more than just scoring a bicycle, man. Like, at the end of the day, I've said this and I'll say this again. In terms of his career, he's had one of the best careers that a footballer could have, no doubt. Big up to Daniela for becoming or Foxy Danny, sorry, for becoming a member. Big up. Yeah, what I would say, yeah, and I'll say this again. If Portugal rely on Cristiano Ronaldo to lead the line at the World Cup, they're not going anywhere fast, put it that way. It's as simple as that. Like, you can be a Ronaldo fan all you want, but at the end of the day, he's going to be 40 by the time the World Cup hits. And if Portugal want to do anything serious, realistically, Ronaldo needs to be playing a bench role, an impact sub. If they start him in the majority of the games, they're going to quickly find out, he's going to be a liability. That's the truth. You Amorim in or out? Listen, I know it's your first time on there, Joshua Whitfield, man. I'm not with me. Yeah, this whole Amorim in or out, I find childish. The question that I ask, yeah, is a manager that has less than 40% win percentage has got 13 wins in 12 months, lost a Europa League final to Tottenham Hotspur last season, finished 15th, has just got 6 points in his last 5 games. Work that one out. Is that acceptable? And there's other negative records that he has. The question that I ask, is that acceptable? Because if that's not acceptable, then what the hell are we doing here? Why is he still here? That's the question that needs to be asked. Not Amorim in or Amorim out. If anyone thinks that Amorim deserves more time, then tell me why he deserves more time. Let's debate it. Why does he deserve more time? Because there's so much more evidence to show or to see that this manager is out of his depth. It's embarrassing. Again, I've touched on this before, yeah? This system is not going to produce goals. It's not. You look at Sporting Lisbon in Portugal, which is a weak league, yeah? A weaker league. You had someone in Gyökeres who was more or less, a flat track bully, really. He's got the physical presence in that league and the pace. When you're hearing that a team outperforms their XG, and again, I couldn't give a toss about XG, really, yeah? But when I heard that Sporting Lisbon outperformed their XG by 25, that should be the evidence right there to tell you that this system doesn't work. Because when you're coming to a stronger league with that same system and you're outperforming your XG by 25, it's not going to produce much in a stronger league. It's as simple as that. Why do you think Man United struggle to score goals? Because this system just doesn't work. It doesn't work, man. Simple as that. The way he interprets this system doesn't work. And as you can see, Gyökeres is struggling with Arsenal to score goals anyway. So it just shows you that he was doing that in a league with a striker that, was ridiculous in that league. But he comes to England, he struggles. Amorim comes and brings this same formation. He struggles. Why are we surprised? So who's your World Cup faves? I can't look past Spain, France, and one of the South Americans, Brazil or Argentina. I think those 4 for sure, they're sure to be the front runners. I'll be very surprised if those 4 are not in question. But then you've got the others like Germany, Portugal, Holland. Maybe might be a surprise African team in there. But I think Spain, France, Argentina, Brazil. I'm looking at those 4 as being the front runners, definitely. Big up to Robocop, says, just got back from the game. Absolute garbage. 1 point in the last 2 home games. One of them was 75 minutes against 10 men. He went defensive too early tonight. No attacking players or height on the pitch. Yeah, listen. I've already spoken it already, yeah. Man United gave that, well, I say Man United, yeah. Ruben Amorim gave that game up, yeah, when he decided to take off Xerxes and Cunha to bring on Ugarte and Mount. When you're winning a game 1-0, yeah, you need players on the pitch that can keep the ball. Like, these things are not hard to work out. You're winning the game, keep the ball away from the opponent. What does this idiot go and do, yeah? He goes and brings on Ugarte and Mason Mount, who have legs. And he's thinking maybe the legs will shut off the game. You know, they'll help to be a bit more defensive. What that does, being more defensive, it invites the other team who now know that the opposition are going to sit in and play on the counter. Not to mention they're trying to get back into the game. But what does this manager go and do? He takes off the two outlets in Xerxes and Cunha. Again, Cunha wasn't playing great, but Cunha can carry the ball. He can hold the ball up. The same with Xerxes. He takes them off to put two players on who we all know are shit, by the way, and are runners. And you wonder why we draw the game with West Ham. Like, this manager's an absolute idiot, man. He's a clown. Absolute clown, I'm telling you. Like, you don't need coaching badges, yeah, to just figure out that you do not bring on two players at the same time in terms of the profiles that they're going to offer. Just bring Kobe Manu on and stop trying to be smart, Amorim. Bring Kobe Manu on to keep the fucking ball and stop trying to be smart. Because that smartness that you think you have has now got you a draw with West Ham. 6 points in 5 games. This is ridiculous, this club, man. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm fed up. I'm fed up, man. This manager thinks he's smarter than everyone else. Why would you make that substitution? They need to ask him that question. Gav, do you think Amorim has an agenda? Yeah. He's got an agenda to good football. Definitely. He's got an agenda. He's got an agenda to good football, to good players. Yeah, listen, I'm not even referring to him as a coach anymore. He's not a coach. You know what I mean? I'm calling him manager because he's not a coach. Tell me what player he's coached. I can't tell you. Embarrassing, man. Who will win in Real Madrid versus Man City? I don't know, man. I don't even want to talk about that, to be honest. I'm too fed up with this game tonight, man. I'm too fed up, man. Wouldn't mind, but Cunha missed last 2 games. Should be fit. And yes, I agree with you on Xerxes. I can see Wolves getting their first win of the season on Monday against us lot. Listen, if Wolves beat Manchester United, sack him in the tunnel. I don't want to see this guy make the next weekend. Sack him in the tunnel. I'm pretty sure they're playing Wolves as well. Today's what, Thursday? I'm pretty sure they're playing Wolves on Monday. Away. If Wolves beat Man United, sack this manager on the spot. Wolves have got 2 points this season. There is no way Wolves should be getting a point or 3 points. No, not against Manchester United. So again, if he loses to Wolves, yeah, I mean, I'd sack him anyway. But if he loses to Wolves, or dare I say, even if he draws, yeah, just sack him. Why is he still there? Why? Just sack the guy. Yeah, it's away on Monday, yeah. I think is it an evening kickoff as well? But yeah, as I said, man, like, I don't even want to think about that. Because I'm just not looking at that as an option for Manchester United to lose to Wolves. Wolves are on 2 points. Like, Wolves can't be getting their first win of the season against Manchester United and this man just surviving. As I said, yeah, that game there is going to be the penultimate test. Because I would say, yeah, if I was to ask, you know, the majority of the Man United fans, if he was to get beat by Wolves, should he stay? I'll be very surprised if anyone tells me, yes, he should stay. Because Wolves haven't won a game this season. They're on 2 points. They're bottom of the league. They've got a new manager in Rob Edwards, who's just come from Middlesbrough. If he beats Manchester United and beats Ruben Amorim, he has to get sacked. He has to. And again, if he doesn't, Ineos need to have a good look at themselves because, yeah, I reckon that'll be the game if that was to happen, where a lot of Man United fans, if they haven't done so already, will be looking at that as unacceptable for me, you know, and rightfully so. Your opinion on Man City versus Real Madrid, who will win it? I don't know, man. That's the answer. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you probably have to say at the moment a draw. I don't know. I can't really answer that, man. I'm not really in the mood to be answering that, to be honest, at the moment. I lost faith after watching that performance against Everton. Formation and subs get him gone. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree, man. It's a disgrace. But again, it's over to Ineos, man, because the fact that he's still there, man, is just painful, you know. But guys, listen up. I'm gonna wrap it up anyway, because I'll be honest with you, man, I'm just fed up. That was a shit game, shit performance, and Man United duly got their they duly got their comeuppance. They deserved that, man. Like West Ham deserved the draw, deserved something from the game. They played the better football. You know, as I said, you got Aaron Wan-Bissaka, you know, was looking like prime Cafu out there. Nuts in Cunha to sum up his game as well. You know, Jarrod Bowen was a threat. Magassa, along with Casemiro, they were the two best midfielders on the pitch. You know, I think defensively, they didn't really look in trouble, you know. And look at that, West Ham at 18 from 12 points. And we can't even beat West Ham at home with the money that's been spent. You know, he's got Cunha looking shit. Mbeumo, apart from the goals that he's been scoring, has been poor. Kobe can't get game time. Ahmad's at wing back. Dorgu is now having to settle for a backup place for Dallo. We keep seeing Bruno Fernandes in the team, which I'm getting sick of. I don't give a toss if he's the captain. Xerxes getting game time, thank God, but he's only getting game time because Sesko's injured. That's how much of a disgrace this manager is. And now we're having to see Xerxes come off again. Like, there's so many problems, man. Lenny Yoro, confidence is gone. He's getting hurled off in games, and now he's coming on. Heaven don't get much game time. He comes off. The whole thing's a shambles, man. The whole thing's an absolute shambles. I'm telling you. It's an absolute shambles what's going on at this club. Crazy, man. What will happen if you own Situation in Time, you press the red button, you have $100 million. Yeah, let's get past that one, man. Ain't got time for that. Both Manchester teams are garbage and always have been. Well, City ain't been great, man. But to say City are garbage, I'm not gonna go with that, man. City have won. What have they won? What, 5 leagues out the last 6? So you can't be calling City garbage. You know what I mean? They're the benchmark. I mean, they've been poor this season, but I think City win the league this season. I'm gonna stick with it. I think City win this league. You know, this league is shit, by the way. It's crap. It's crap. It's absolutely crap. At least you can say 2 games a week is hard. Yeah, listen, man. I don't want to be hearing Man United are tired, their players are tired, all that nonsense. Don't want to be hearing that, man. Let's hope Man United will do better in the next match. Football is so unpredictable. Yeah, listen, it's unpredictable to the point where, you know, Wolves could actually beat us. That's how bad it is. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, this league shit, man. It's terrible, this league. It's terrible. Like, to think that Man United have been that bad and they could have gone joint fourth. Like, that should tell you everything. You know, look at Aston Villa, yeah? Aston Villa were in the bottom three. There was talk about sacking Unai Emery. They're now in the top three. you see what I mean? What do you think of Sunderland this season? Do you know what? I have to hold my hands up, yeah? I said Sunderland will be one of the teams, along with the other promoted teams, that will go straight back down. I think the signings that they've made, and they've made very clever signings. Xhaka, Nordi Mukiele, you know, both experienced players. Lucharel Gertruda, you know, they brought in the likes of Brian Brobby as well. Chemsdine Talby. They've brought in some good players, man. And to be honest with you, I think they've been good. I mean, we're in the league now. I think they're fifth. I think they've been good, man. And let's see if they can keep it up. That'll be the test. But I think they've done well, man. You know, and I mean, look at that. They've taken points off of Arsenal and Liverpool. You know, there probably won't be too many teams that could say that they've done it this season. Although Liverpool are struggling, but yeah, man, they've been good. It has to be said, they've been good. Six Buzz says Wolves will get a result on Monday. But listen, I'm actually worried about that because I think they will as well. I'm not confident. Give JJ Gabriel a run. Yeah, JJ Gabriel can't play because he's too young. But again, I don't want to get even if Gabriel could play. You really think JJ Gabriel is going to play under this manager? Wishful thinking, man. And a day, the only way the likes of JJ Gabriel, Sekou Kone, you know, Aiden Heaven, Cobby, you know, all these youngsters that should be figuring in the team, they're only going to play under a new manager, not under Amorim. As I keep saying to you guys, Amorim is in survival mode. And when you're in survival mode, you can't afford, yeah, to play the youngsters. You're going to play experience. But this is why I keep saying, where are we actually going with this? There's no forward-thinking plan. If you're just going to rely on moments. That's the problem. Bruno ain't a midfielder. Amorim doesn't learn, lol. Playing your best creative player in a two-man midfield. Again, that's a lie, yeah? Because the thing is with Bruno, yeah? And I'll say this again. Bruno is not a 10. Yeah, he's a number 8. But he's a number 8 in a 4-3-3. A box-to-box midfielder in a 4-3-3. He can play in a 10, but in a 4-2-3-1. In this system right now, Bruno cannot play in a 10 because you need to be good in isolation. He's not good in isolation. He's not a ball carrier either, and he's not physically strong or quick to play as a left or right 10. So the only place he can play is in this midfield too, but this is where the problem comes because he shouldn't be playing at all. That is the problem. Like, it's an absolute joke. This man just so in love with Bruno Fernandes, yeah, is that he just integrates him into the team to the detriment of other players. The facts are he shouldn't be playing. He shouldn't be playing. It's as simple as that. You don't play him in the midfield too because he shouldn't be playing there. But he's being shoehorned into this team. It's an absolute disgrace. You know what I mean? And to say he's our most creative player in midfield, Bruno's not creative. He just spams balls. He just puts balls into areas. That's not creative. It's not. That isn't creative. So, again, when people are saying he's the most creative, you know, the way the team's set up is to go through Bruno Fernandes. But he's not creative. He just spams balls into areas. That isn't creative. You know what I mean? So, it's crazy, man. If you were given control, what would you change? Boy, what would I change? So, I'll change the manager. That's the first thing. And his shit system. I'll get rid of the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Luke Shaw, Mason Mount, Manuel Ugarte. Yeah. So Mount, Bruno, Shaw, Ugarte, Dallo. unless Dallo wants to play back up to Mazraoui at right back. They'll be the main things I'll be doing. They'll be the main things I'm doing. But the manager is a must. Get rid of this manager is the starting point. You know? Like I've told you, the 4-2-3-1 needs the 4-2-3-1. I'd have Lemens in goal, De Ligt the captain in centre back with Lenny Yoro, right back Mazraoui, left back Patrick Dorgu, midfield two of Kobe and Casemiro, Ahmad in the 10, Mbeumo on the right, Cunha on the left, Xerxes up top. That's the team that I would start with. And then you've got your Sesco's and that on the bench. And then if it's not going right, you make changes. This is what I'll do. This manager's never going to do that, you know, because he's so in love with this shit 3-4-2-1 formation, playing players out of position and just embarrassing us week after week. Starting with 2 wing-backs against Wolves is criminal. But we all know he will do. Yeah, of course he will. He's not changing his formation for shit. So as I said to you, it's not even Ruben Amorim anymore. This is Ineos. Because if Ineos are allowing this, then like they're part of the problem, man. Do you think Amorim is looking for an open opportunity to be the manager for another club? I mean, it's hard to say. I just don't know. I mean, what I will tell you, though, is that, I mean, if you're a serious club, why would you hire this manager? Because there's not too many teams that play free at the back anyway. There's not. You know? You think of Palace, Glasner plays free at the back, but Glasner plays free at the back because of the options he has. Inter Milan play free at the back, but there ain't too many teams that play free at the back. So if you're a club, why would you be looking at Amorim, who you know is going to be playing free at the back? You know? So I just don't know, man, what this manager's thinking. I can't be bothered to even think of it, man. You know? I mean, it's a United problem. Bruno is the most creative player, even for Portugal. And they use him, well, unlike United. Nah, listen. This whole Bruno being creative doesn't wash with me. Like, again, people's opinions, but he's not a creator for me. He's not. Spamming balls doesn't mean you're creative. It's not. You know, playing balls through the eye of a needle, for me, is creative. You know, creating space for others, you know, is creative for me. Bruno just spams balls into areas. That is not creative. You know, Lamine Yamal's creative. Pedri's creative. You know, Vitinha from deep is creative. If I look in the Premier League, who's creative? Cole Palmer's creative. Martin Odegaard, to a point, is creative. Ryan Cherky's creative. Phil Foden is creative. These are real creators in this league. Bruno Fernandes is not creative. He relies on runners. If he's got no legs around him, you will see how much he struggles because he's not good in tight spaces. So when people are saying to play him as a number 10 or as a left 10, he'll struggle even more than what he is now. Because that left 10 position, it requires a different kind of attribute. All the attributes that Bruno hasn't got. So, again, man, yeah, it's mad. And for Portugal, again, he plays in a free with Vitinha and whether it's João Neves or someone else. But again, for Portugal, is he really that creative? You know what I mean? Let's see what he does against the best teams. Because against Luxembourg and all these other countries, you know, it's all well and good him getting goals and that kind of stuff. But against the real bad boys, let's see what he does. And this is the problem. You know, there's Bruno Fernandes gets numbers, yeah, against weak opposition. But when it comes against teams that want to sit in deep to not allow any space, or the better teams, he goes missing all the time. So, yeah, let's just remain cautious on that one. Bruno is king of hits and hope. Long balls. Exactly. Like Bruno Fernandes loved Garnacho and Rasmus Højlund because these guys were just headless chickens that just kept running, and it was a field day for Bruno. Spam the ball into an area, knowing those guys would run. You know, that ain't football. That is counter-attack football. And if anyone knows, counter-attacking football is usually played by the teams at the bottom of the table, where they're trying to sit in and use pace. This is what Bruno Fernandes thrives at. You know what I mean? So, again, he ain't no creator for me. Nowhere near it. But guys, anyway, big up yourselves for coming through. I'm going to wrap it up now anyway. So yeah, Manchester United drawing 1-1 with West Ham. And as I said, why are we surprised? You know, I said before the game, I could see a draw, United not winning this game. Because it's going to come down to this manager. This manager is just not good, man. Like, I don't know how many times people need to be told or made aware. Bruno is the heart that needs to be removed. Big up to Ray Simpson. I mean, is he the heart, really? Is he the heart? I just don't know, man. I'm not going to say he's the heart of Manchester United. If he's the heart, then we seriously are in trouble. I just think what's happened with Bruno Fernandes, yeah? He was brought in at a time under Solskjaer where the team were looking for a new toy. And because Jesse Lingard was playing in the 10, although Lingard as a football player is better than Bruno for me, but because Bruno was getting numbers, but to the detriment of the team, he has now been put into conversations with players that he's nowhere near as a footballer. But because football now is about numbers and people only care about numbers, he's now getting put into conversations that are just ridiculous, you know? And I said this years ago. You know, I said this years ago. Until Bruno Fernandes is out of this team ain't doing anything. It's as simple as that. People might not want to hear it, but unfortunately, the truth hurts. Until Bruno is out of this club, this team is not doing anything. Because you're having players that are meant to be the future not playing. Everything revolves around this Bruno Fernandes. I mean, I've never seen a supposed top club revolve their play around a guy that is so average. You know, the whole thing's an absolute joke, man. I'm telling you, an absolute joke. Henny says he has saved United so many times. What's he saved us from? Because since he's been captain, Man United have recorded their lowest ever finishes. You know, every final he doesn't show up. So what has he saved us from? Like, I like it when people come out with things like this because I like to know what has he saved us from. Bruno's about as useful as an Astra and a motorbike. Yeah, listen, I hear it, man. I hear it. Like, it's ridiculous, man. I'd like to know what Bruno Fernandes has saved us from, man. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. It's just but again, like I'm coming to the point now, man, of I'm coming to the point now, man, of just I just don't really care no more, man. Gav, do me a favor. Before you go compare De Ligt's teams he's led and Bruno's teams he's led and reflect. Haha. So De Ligt was captain of Ajax. Bruno was captain of Sporting Lisbon. And now Man United. What we saying there? What we saying there? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Bruno Fernandes is no captain. He's not. He's not. I've never seen a captain that points so many times to his players, that argues with the ref, complains, moans like a bitch. If you think that's a captain, then I'm sorry, man. Thoughts on England World Cup chance in 11? I want Palmer to start, to be honest, rather than Benham. Listen, if I was Thomas Tuchel, Benham doesn't even make the squad. It's unpopular opinion, but he doesn't make the squad. Like this Jude Benham, again, just like Bruno Fernandes, they are two of the most overrated players that I've ever seen. And these are two players that people actually think are number 10s. That is how much football has dropped off. That people actually think Bruno and Jude Bellingham are number 10s. Like, they're two of the most overrated players I've ever seen. Two of the worst as well. You know, I'm from an era where I've seen real number 10s. The likes of Paulo Dybala, the likes of Francesco Totti, Del Piero, Riquelme, Ronaldinho, Zidane, Pablo Aimar, Bergkamp, Zola, you know, Di Canio, even man like Benito Carboni, like Rui Costa. I'm from an era where I've seen some serious number 10s, and we have to watch that. Like, it's Bruno and Bellingham. Yeah, football's just well and truly done, man. It's at the right now, you know. Do you not think it's the manager who just changes the plan? The manager's shit, man. Like, he's out of his depth, man. Like, it has to be said. He's out of his depth. As I said already, the fact that he took off Cunha and Xerxes to bring on Mount and Ugarte, that was when he gave up the game. Because if you know your football, you know, in situations like that, if you want to try and see at the game, you don't always have to bring on runners. You don't do that. You need to get players that can put their foot on the ball and control the game, not bring on guys that just run. Like, this is ridiculous, man. Yeah, listen, the Lict's the real captain for me. Him and Casemiro. Casemiro should be the captain, and the Ligt should be vice captain. And then when Casemiro goes, if he does go, the Ligt should be the captain. But this whole Bruno Fernandes just running the show is ridiculous, man. And I'm bored of it. I'm bored of it. I've been bored of it for years anyway. You know, before I had my channel, I was saying the same shit that I'm saying now. Guys, come on. We got 17 likes. There's 15 of you in there. Make sure you smash the like button if you're enjoying the content. And make sure you sub to the channel, guys, as well. Just hit over 1.8k as well. So we got just short of 200 to reach 2k. So, yeah, big up yourselves for obviously being one of the subscribers. And as I said, make sure you smash the like button as well. Going to go through a few more of your questions, guys, before I wrap up. Going to need to shoot. Fergie last title winning side, in my eyes, weren't United's strongest. But look at that team to the last 5 years. Exactly. And that was down to Fergie and his man management. You know, that was down to him and his man management, getting Van Persie. You know, Van Persie was a monster in that season anyway. You know, but just go and have a look at the teams he had. You know, the players he had, should I say. You know, this Man United squad is a good squad. It's capable of getting, for me, a minimum top 6. Man United are not finishing in the top half under this manager. Big up to Robocop, man. Appreciate it. Man United are not finishing in the top half of the table under this manager. I said this at the start of the season. Said it at the start of the season. We're ninth. I'm not sure where we are now. We're ninth, having not even played well. All the wins that he's had have been fluked, apart from probably, you'll say, Sunderland. It's the truth. People don't want to hear it, but it's the truth, man. I'm a Swansea fan. We've been awful since Prem relegation. It ain't the managers, it's the players' mentality. Yeah, but mentality is a massive thing. But Manchester United is the manager. It's definitely the manager. It's definitely. I'm not going to allow people to say. I'm not going to allow people to say it's the players, because these players have got to 10 finals in 10 years. You know, players at Manchester United have got to 10 finals in 10 years. This manager is the problem. You know, Frank Drebin, big up, man. Naked Gun. Listen, if anyone knows Naked Gun, Lieutenant Frank Drebin, man. I used to watch that back in the day. Says Amorim in or out. Again, you know, I've answered this earlier. What I would say, yeah, is what I would say is a manager finishing 15th in the league last season, losing to Tottenham in the Europa League final, less than 40% win percentage, 13 wins in 12 months. It's Ruben Amorim, and there's probably more. So that's all I got to say. Big up to Michael HU2. Big up, man, from Bradford. Yeah, big up, man. I believe Jim to be part of the problem for allowing this circus to take place. I agree. I agree. As I said, I was more looking at Amorim. It's not about Amorim no more. It's about Ineos, because Ineos can just end this misery. And the fact that Ineos are just sitting back, allowing this manager to embarrass us week after week, they're the problem, man. They're the problem. But guys, listen up. We're going to have to shoot anyway. Big up yourselves for coming on. As I said, make sure you smash the like button on your way out. Make sure you sub to the channel if you're new in here as well. And make sure you share the channel, guys, most importantly. We got 19 likes. Let's try and hit 20 before we wrap up. As I said, it's free content. So, yeah, make sure you sub and make sure you smash the like button as well. And big up to all the newcomers for coming on, obviously with your comments as well. And big up to all the mods, as always, for contributing to the channel as well. Guys, I should be back tomorrow. Probably might do an evening one again. I'm not sure. But obviously, I've got my boxing fight on Saturday. So I won't be live on Saturday. So, yeah, I'll try and give you guys definitely a stream tomorrow. Not sure what time. But, yeah, as always, just keep an eye out on the schedule. And guys, check out all my other content as well. So some good content on there, some good playlists on there as well. Whether you want to see me playing five-a-side, scoring some goals on there, or whether you want to see me talk about certain things. You know, I've got some short clips as well that are on there called outrageous shorts clips or not. So yeah, make sure you guys give my content a watch and let me know what you think. And as I said, I should be back tomorrow. Not sure what time. As I said, just keep an eye on the schedule. And yeah, I'll catch you guys then. Big up yourselves each and every time. Smash the like, sub to the channel, share the channel. And yeah, guys, I'll catch you guys in a bit. Take it easy.